Good day, everyone. My name is Danny Kapirakel, and we are pleased to be here today to talk about EDI, creating a more equitable, diverse, and inclusive school at E. Rodriguez Junior High School. We hope that by the end of this session, you leave with excellent takeaways about the topic. But of course, before that, I want to introduce the members of Group 2. We have here Ma'am Josie Alilano, Ma'am Realin Almaden, and of course, yours truly. Okay, let's start formally the discussion. We need your cooperation actually for the entire session. Don't be shy. You can express your thoughts in our comment section. Let's begin. For us to know your idea or perspectives about the topic, please type in the comment section your insight about the first picture. Thank you for your response. What about the second image? In a chat box, you can also type your answer or your response more. Okay, once more, kindly type your answer in the chat box. Thank you so much. We appreciate your cooperation. We will find out more later. But let's look at this for the meantime. This part is identify challenges about EDI to establish a friendly and encouraging learning and atmosphere or environment where each student feels appreciated, respected, and equipped to achieve equity, diversity, and inclusion are essential concepts. We gathered some of the major obstacles to the successful implementation of EDI in A. Rodriguez Junior High School. First, we have here lack of awareness and understanding. Many educators and students are lack of comprehensive understanding regarding EDI principles. This gap can result in unintentional exclusion, discriminatory practices, or failure to address the diverse needs of students effectively. The next one, or the second one, is stereotypes and prejudice. Biases and preconceptions about groups might result in unfair treatment or discrimination in educational settings. Students' academic performance and sense of belonging may suffer because of these preconceptions. Third one is limited resources. Schools often faces such as insufficient funding, staff, or materials to support ADI initiatives effectively. These limitations can hinder efforts to provide culturally responsive teaching or accommodate the diverse needs of the students. And last, lack of professional development seminars or workshops. While these opportunities exist, they are often inadequate or infrequent. Teachers may not receive the necessary training to develop the skills and knowledge to required to implement EDI strategies in classrooms effectively. Before we discuss deeply the concept of EDI in educational system, before you learn more important things about EDI, let's look this short video first.
What is equity? Why is it important? Listen to this conversation and learn about the meanings of diversity and equity.
Hey, Anne. Will you be attending my presentation about equity this coming Friday?
Absolutely. I'm eager to learn more about equity. It's similar to equality, right?
Well, not quite. Equality means treating everyone exactly the same. Equity, on the other hand, involves providing different conditions to help individuals succeed.
That's interesting. It sounds logical, but could you give an example?
Of course, Imagine a student with a disability that makes reading take more time. Instead of giving them the same 30-minute test as everyone else, we might extend it to 45 minutes. This way, they get a fair opportunity to succeed.
That's a clear example. I get it now. Our school has a lot of diversity, so it's crucial that everyone receives fair treatment. I'm excited to see your presentation.
Let's go over two key concepts from the conversation we just heard: diversity and equity. Diversity refers to being different or having variations. Equity is about ensuring fairness for all, while actively identifying and removing inequalities and obstacles.
So, for further understanding about EDI, I hope that you got some ideas in that video regarding our topic. And now, let's start to familiarize with each concept. We have here first the equity. What is equity? First is committed to ensuring fairness and equal opportunities for all, regardless of their background or identity. This highlights a dedication to creating a inclusive environment where everyone is treated fairly and has access to the same opportunities. Next, removing barriers to resources and opportunities. This focuses on eliminating obstacles that prevent individuals from accessing essential resources and opportunities. And last, we can say that equity is providing resources based on need. This emphasizes distributing resources equitably by prioritizing individuals or groups who require most support. Okay, that is equity. For deeper understanding about equity, here's the image illustrates the difference between equality and equity. In the video, it was tackled also, no, the equality and equity using the analogy of picking a apple. Let's take a look the left side of the picture, which is the equality. Everyone is given the same stool regardless of their height, while the tallest person can easily reach the apples and the shortest person struggles even with the stool. So what is the message of that? Equal treatment does not account for individual differences or needs. Now, take a look in the right side, which is referring to equity. The stools are adjusted in height based on each person's need. Adjusted. It was adjusted based on person's need. As we see in the pictures, they have different height. So we need to give different what stools, height of stools so that they can pick an apple. This ensures that everyone can reach the apples regardless of their height. What is the message of that? Equity focuses on fairness by providing support tailored to individual circumstances, ensuring equal opportunities for success. This visual or this picture emphasizes that fairness isn't about giving everyone the same thing, but rather providing what each person needs to strive. Okay? I hope you understand what equity is. Let's talk about diversity and inclusion with Ma'am Regalyn Almaden. Ma'am?
Thank you, Ma'am Danica, for your thoughtful explanation of EDI and equity. Now let's continue by discussing two important concepts, the diversity and inclusion. What is diversity? Diversity refers to the variety of differences we see in people. This can include differences in race, ethnicity, gender, age, sexual orientation, religion, physical abilities, socioeconomic background, and even personal experience or ideas. For example, mm, imagine a workplace where people come from different countries. They speak in different languages, have different culture practices, and hold different beliefs. That's diversity in action. It's about having a mix of different perspectives and backgrounds, which can help us better understand the world, the world and find creative solution to the problems. Another example is a classroom with students from different racial racial backgrounds with varying abilities and interests. The diversity in these settings makes it richer because each student brings their own perspectives and ideas, contributing to a broader understanding of the subject matter. This one is sample of diversity, cultural diversity. It's about differences in culture, ethnicity, language, and costumes. Teacher can incorporate multicultural literatures and celebration to highlight different cultures. And the second one is socioeconomic diversity. It's about differences in social and economic backgrounds, such as income, education levels, occupations, and housing security. Now let's continue. What is inclusion? First, creating an environment where everyone feel comfortable sharing their perspectives. Second, creating an environment where everyone feels valued and has the opportunity to succeed. Last, celebrating and appreciating different approaches, style, and perspective. So, inclusion is all about making sure that everyone, regardless of their differences, feels welcome, valued, and respected. It's not enough to just have a diverse group of people. Inclusion means actively making space for everyone, for everybody to participate and contribute. For example, in a team meeting, inclusion means ensuring that everyone voice is heard, even those who might be quieter or have different opinion. It's making sure that no one is left out because of their backgrounds or because of their views. A good example of inclusion in the workplace of a workplace is when a manager encourages team member for all backgrounds to share their thoughts and ideas, making sure that everyone has an equal opportunity to contribute regardless of their position or experience. In school in school setting, inclusion might look like ensuring students with disabilities have the necessary support and tools to participate in class activities. This could mean having accessible materials, providing extra time for assignments, or offering a different way of learning that accommodate each student's needs. Na sa school na pinagtuturuan ko, we have student with disabilities, no, at na isinasagawa namin yung mga ganitong way ng pagtuturo, ma support lang namin yung kanyang pangangailangan. This one is the another example of inclusion. Inclusive classrooms, student with different abilities, learning style, and needs learn to together in the same classroom. Inclusive curriculum, teacher adapt lesson materials so that all students can learn the same skills in different way. How diversity and inclusion work together. Diversity and inclusion go hand in hand. While diversity is about having different people and perspectives, inclusion is about making sure those differences are respected and everyone has a voice. For example, in a school, institution, offices, and even in faculties, with a diverse workforce. If only a few people are given opportunities for growth while others are overlooked, then it's not truly inclusive. To be inclusive, a school, offices, or other institution must make sure that all employees, regardless of their backgrounds or identity, have the opportunity to succeed and feel like they belong. And in conclusion, diversity is about having different people and perspective, while inclusion is about ensuring everyone is treated with respect, feels welcome, and has the chance to contribute.
Good day, everyone. Now let's come to the global and local best practices about equity, diversity, and inclusion. Let's go to Quezon City. In Quezon City, there is this Gender and Development Program, or GOD, that recognizes all gender identities of the students inside of the institution. Now, what is this GOD? The Magna Carta of Women, or Republic Act number 9710, defines Gender and Development Program as the development perspective and process that is participatory and empowering, equitable, sustainable, free from violence, respectful of human rights, supportive of self determination and actualization of human potentials. It primarily promotes women's empowerment and ensure that therefore full participation becomes essential for society. It has been formed by the government to respond to the gender imbalances and inequalities existing in the country. The good approach in education focuses on the socially constructed differences between men and women, the need to challenge existing gender roles and relations, and the creation and effects of class differences on development. Okay, in Davao City, it shows that it has a high level of inclusive education practices. Inclusive education creates a learning environment that is supportive, respectful, and enriching for all students. And it should be true in the Department of Education, regardless of your race, your color, your educational attainment, and economic background. Many cities in the Philippines, it has this as or Alternative Learning System. It is a free program that helps out of school youth and adults or OSYAs finish their basic education. This ALS is a parallel learning system in the Philippines that provides a practical option to the existing formal instruction when one does not have or cannot access formal education in schools. ALS is an alternate or substitute which includes both the non-formal and informal sources of knowledge and skills. Why is there a need for us in the Philippines? Because many Filipinos do not have a chance to attend and finish formal basic education, which is from grades 1 to 6 and grades 7 to 10, due to many reasons. Some drop out from school, while some do not have schools in their communities. Since every Filipino has a right to free basic education, the government establishes us to provide all Filipinos the chance to have access to and complete basic education in a mode that fits their distinct situation and needs. In La Union, it explores the Indigenous Peoples Education or IPED program, which aims to understand its intricacies, successes, challenges, and areas for improvement. At the University of London, they are deeply committed to equality, diversity, and inclusion, which are key institutional values enshrined in their statutes. They recognize that embracing these values is critical to their success and vision of being a world class, forward looking, and ambitious universities. While in Armenia, they have this Bridge of Hope. It is a non government organization or NGO that has been involved in advocating and implementing inclusive education for children with disabilities. In United Arab Emirates or the UAE, since 2006, through Federal Act number 29 of 2006, the UAE government has asserted that people with intellectual disabilities, whom the UAE refers to as people of determination, deserve access to quality education alongside students without intellectual disabilities. Here in the in our country, we also have this SPED or special education, which also caters to children with intellectual disabilities. Okay, in Finland, Finland's education system uses a social model for inclusive education, which means that support is provided to children based on their needs, not just on whether they have a disability. It is very good. Good day, everyone. Now let's come to the global and local best practices about equity, diversity, and inclusion. Let's go to Quezon City. In Quezon City, there is this Gender and Development Program, or GOD, that recognizes all gender identities of the students inside of the institution. Now, what is this GOD? The Magna Carta of Women, or Republic Act number 9710, defines Gender and Development Program as the development perspective and process that is participatory and empowering, equitable, sustainable, free from violence, respectful of human rights, supportive of self determination and actualization of human potentials. It primarily promotes women's empowerment and ensure that therefore full participation becomes essential for society. It has been formed by the government to respond to the gender imbalances and inequalities existing in the country. The good approach in education focuses on the socially constructed differences between men and women, the need to challenge existing gender roles and relations, and the creation and effects of class differences on development. Now let's come to the key takeaways of this EDI. EDI ensures that every student has access to the resources, support, and opportunities they need to succeed, regardless of their background, abilities, or socioeconomic status. An inclusive educational environment celebrates differences and creates a safe space where our students feel valued and respected. EDI initiatives help to dismantle barriers and biases that contribute to unequal access to education and resources. It helps students and educators develop a deeper understanding and appreciation of different cultures, traditions, and experiences. An inclusive and equitable environment reduces feelings of isolation, discrimination, and exclusion, contributing to the overall well being of students. And teachers who embrace EDI can better connect with their students, understand their unique needs, and foster a more engaging learning experience. And to end this video, let me quote Andre Lord. It is not our differences that divide us, it is our inability to recognize, accept, and celebrate those differences. Thank you and good day.